This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. So, what have I got for you today then? Well, today I'm checking out this little multi-effects pedal. It is the Sonicake Twiggy Blues, and if you're a long-term viewer of this channel, you'll know that back in December 2020 I looked at another Sonicake pedal, the Sonicake Rockstage, largely on the recommendation of a viewer of this channel, a chap called Ozzy, who absolutely swears by it. I tried one out, was very impressed, and I said I'd get round at some point to checking out this one, and today is the day. Basically, you can think of the Rockstage pedal as being the 80s bunch of sounds. You know, it's very, very easy to get that sort of big 80s, kind of chorusy, big guitar rock sound from that period. This pedal is very much the 70s bunch of sounds, which is more my cup of tea, I have to tell you. So let's have a look at the features that it's got. It's got a compressor with two controls, volume and compression. This blues setting here, which is basically an amp sim, and you've got volume, volume, tone and gain. Slapback, which is essentially a delay effect, and you've got blend, which is like a wet dry kind of control. Repeats, so on many delay pedals that will be called feedback, basically how many repeats you get of the initial note, and then the time, so you can dial in how far apart the repeats are. And this control here, simply labelled air, which is a reverb control. So what I've got at the moment is a set of sounds dialed in where the compressor is roughly 12 o'clock, and on the volume control, and the compression is just a little bit shy of that. On the blues setting, it's we've got the volume dialed to about 9 o'clock. The tone pretty much all the way up, and the gain also about 9 o'clock. So let's turn that on. The slapback, I just have it set for like a very subtle, just thickening kind of sound, really. So we've got the blend, again about 9 o'clock. The repeats turned all the way off. That doesn't turn off the repeats, it just means that you only get one repeat. And the time controlled, again down about 9 o'clock. And the air control, the reverb, turned to about 9 o'clock as well. I've got the cabinet simulator on because I'm just going direct into the PC, and this is what it sounds like. This is the bridge pickup on my signature guitar in humbucking mode, and this is the kind of sound it makes. So as you can hear, that's a fairly kind of just a little bit past the verge of breakup kind of sound, and the gain is down, as I said, about 9 o'clock. Let's turn that up a bit and see what increasing the gain does to the sound. I think we know what is going to happen. That's not a bad sound. Let's max the gain out. Okay, so this is the gain all the way up. So this is the highest gain setting you're going to get out of this pedal. You'll notice that I've got the compression on all the time here as well. It just really does. For me, it's just turn it on and forget it. It's got it lends the feel that you're playing, a really kind of valve amp-like feel. It's got that sort of fingertippy touch sensitive kind of vibe to it. Let's hear the same sound with that effect off though. And back on. So not a great difference in terms of the sound that the listener hears, but it does make the notes respond differently. You know, with that on, it does feel much more like playing through, you know, kind of a gritty tube amp. Let's just back the gain off to the setting that I was more, you know, kind of enamoured with early, just on that sort of, just past the verge of kind of sound. It responds fantastically well to the guitar's volume control. See, I can clean that up. Middle pickup setting, and I'm in single coil mode now, by the way. Very warm, vintage kind of clean sound. You know, another of my favourite settings is if you've got a guitar where you can get both pickups on and out of phase, it just sounds absolutely gorgeous. I mean, that just feels like you're playing through, you know, as I say, something that's, you know, full of valves and, you know, vintage technology. I'm really, really liking this. Let's have a play about with the delay. Let's see if we can create some big ambient kind of thing like that. So let's turn up lots of repeats. We'll go for a clean sound, so I'm turning the amp sim off here. Let's give it a bit more reverb. This can get quite cavernous, this reverb. Let's just max out that reverb. It does get a little bit, dare I say, digital sounding when you kind of turn that reverb all the way up. Let's just hear that on its own. So what I mean? It's got a little bit of that sort of digital kind of thing going on. So, but for, you know, for my purposes, just to add a little bit of depth to proceedings, like this, maybe a hair more than that. Turn it off and you'll hear the difference. And then it just adds just that little bit of depth. Let me go back to my settings here for the slapback and then, so this is the sound that I'm really loving on it. As I say, the air or reverb at about 9 o'clock, the slapback with the blend at about 9 o'clock, the repeats at 0, and the time at 9 o'clock. The blues amp setting, again, the volume at about 9 o'clock, as well as the gain and the tone pretty much all the way up, and then the comp, as I say, the volume at 12 o'clock and the comp just a hair below that, and that gives, you know, a beautiful a beautiful kind of just breaking up blues tone. If I need more gain than that, what I'm starting to find I like to do a little bit more is, if I just turn this camera around there, you can see going into the front end of the Twiggy Blues, I've got the Behringer Vintage Tube Overdrive. So if I just punch that in, and that, frankly, is all the gain I'm ever going to need. Yeah, so basically, for what I'm going to be using this for, I'm very happy. Basically, when I'm doing videos like this, where I'm having to do some talking and some playing, where, you know, usually when I'm kind of explaining what's going on in a solo or something like that, those parts of those solo analysis videos, I need to be talking and playing, and unfortunately the camera software that I'm using here won't run at the same time as Reaper. You know, I think they're fighting for control of the ASIO drivers like two drunks in a car park. So I need another solution to get like a usable guitar tone recorded that I can, you know, kind of sync with the camera software. And this is looking like it's going to be the way that I'm going to be doing it. I'm very, very impressed with the tones here. What this one has that the Sonicake Rockstage doesn't have is the compressor. And what the Rockstage has that this one doesn't is the built-in chorus. But, you know, I do like the compressor on this. As I say, it gives it that real sort of touch-sensitive valve amp. Just turn that delay and reverb down a little bit more, I think. Cleans up beautifully from the guitar. And then goes to like a beautiful vintage overdrive sound. People have likened the sound that this pedal gives to a Dumble amplifier. Now, if I'm ever lucky enough to play through a Dumble amplifier, I will let you know. But I don't. To me, there's perhaps a little bit of a hint of AC30 about the way this kind of works. It's certainly got that. As I say, that beautiful fingertip, like, you know, responsiveness, you know, when you play quietly like that, it's beautiful and clean, and then you can go straight into, you know, I mean, that's what I would call a typical sort of Bad Company or AC/DC kind of tone. A little riff that I often use to test a kind of moderately overdriven tone is this one. You've heard that played in quite a few videos, I'm sure. And, you know, it does the job. And I'm very, very happy with it. These pedals cost about 62, 63 quid on Amazon. And where else would you get, you know, a compressor, a really cool little amp in a box type overdrive pedal, a delay pedal and a reverb pedal, and the power supply, and the, you know, the kind of the patch leads to hook them all together for that sort of money? It's ridiculously good value. It just doesn't make sense not to get one. So there you go. Very happy with the Sonicake Twiggy Blues multi-effects pedal, and I'm sure if you get one, you'll be equally as pleased with it. And that is pretty much the video for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful and informative, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not give me a like while you're at it? Don't forget the live stream, Friday 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars. What a great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.